Luigi, what did you think about the Super Mario Brothers?
It's very good, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that, yeah.
Hot take.
I think that the wait and the hype for a well done Super Mario Bros. Movie was, I think it was well worth it. And I think that Nintendo rightly chose Illumination Animation Studios for their movie. And they delivered with the visuals on such an astounding level. And I'm like, this is what you would think of as a great animated Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Okay.
And with all the great characters, like I honestly think, I know I'm just wearing the shirt, but I think Luigi was one of the best parts about it. And he wasn't even in the movie that much.
I think Luigi was better than Mario in this one. It's weird to say about an animated movie, but you're right. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Even though Mario, I feel like, people are like, oh, well, Chris Pratt didn't really do the voice, but now after seeing the movie,
you understand what they were doing with it.
Yeah, they wanted to make him more human and have a more human voice. Like if you do the
less stereotypy, more human. Yeah.
If he had that Mario voice from the video games all the time, I think it would have gotten annoying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, like have him have more of like a human voice.
Yeah. And
I think Chris Pratt knocked it out of the park with his voiceover. And what all the other characters too. Obviously Jack Black as Bowser.
He was perfect as Bowser.
Yes, so good, so intimidating, but also funny and wacky as Jack Black always is. Such a great choice for Bowser. And then there's a big plot that hasn't been revealed yet in trailers of Bowser's plan. And I thought it was hilarious how he was going about it in the movie. And also Donkey Kong. I was kind of apprehensive. I'm like, can Seth Rogen really do a good Donkey Kong? And I thought, well, seeing the movie,
I felt like his voice as Donkey Kong was the best match of it, even better than Bowser. I thought his Donkey Kong was even better than Bowser.
Really?
I did. I liked him better as Donkey Kong than I did Jack Black as Bowser, and I thought he was a perfect fit. That jealousy. But go ahead. I'll let you.
No. I agree with you on that because I feel like also with Seth Rogen's voice, it kind of made him seem like he was a younger kind of Donkey Kong because he has his father up there when they're in the battle arena when he's about to fight against Mario. Yeah. But one of the funniest bits is when you hear Seth Rogen's laugh.
Yeah, that's Seth Rogen.
He's like,
yeah.
It was so funny. But I think it's a great film. I don't think it's a bad film. I don't think it's a perfect film either. Like there's a few story elements that weren't really fleshed out that I wish were, and I wish there was more time with Mario and Luigi because they're separated. And I would like to see more of an intro with Mario and Luigi because they work so well together. You can see their camaraderie because they're brothers and they love each other and they want each other to succeed, regardless of what other people they don't like them. Regardless of what people don't like about the Mario Brothers, they are true to each other. And you see it in the beginning and at the end of the movie. And I honestly think that it's a great film. I recommend it to anyone who's a video game fan and who's a Mario Bros. Fan. And if this movie becomes a huge success, you never know what Nintendo properties are going to be made into movies. Metroid, Legend of Zelda.
That was one of the reasons why I wanted this to be a good movie. But anything else you want to add?
No. You go ahead. Good.
It was interesting to me that during your review of it, the most that you talked about was the visuals. I agree with that because I had a lot of problems with the way it was, like you said at the end of your review, fleshed out. I'm not going to lie. This movie was great for the family dynamic and just for targeting the kids. It did a lot of what it should have done as far as like all the Easter eggs for all the generations of us Mario fans. If you were an 80s baby like me and you grew up with Mario and stuff, all those Easter eggs were there. But the great visuals, which visually Illumination did an outstanding job. It was one of the best
out of the park.
One of the best animations I've seen in a long time.
Just
Visually, it was stunning.
Just the Mario Kart portion alone.
Alone was great.
Yeah.
But while I was watching, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I was falling asleep a lot. I almost dozed off 3 times watching this movie. And maybe it was because I watched enough of it to know that I don't want to watch it again. And maybe I was tired, or maybe I was just having an off. Like maybe my sleep was off. I mean, there's a person here in the studio that might have kept me up a little late for something. I'll just say it like that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But when I walked out the movie, I thought there was only one part of the movie that made me laugh that I didn't already see in the trailer. Everything else that made me laugh was already in the trailer. I didn't laugh that much at all the other jokes. But when I walked out, I was like, my kids are going to love this. This was perfectly targeted at kids. You have to walk into this movie with I'm going to turn myself into my Toys R Us kid version of myself and go have a good time with Mario and Luigi again. If you do that, you'll have a great time with it. But if you're an adult and look, there's been plenty of times as an adult and you're like, I don't feel like watching a kid's movie. You sit there, you bring your kids and you watch it, and then the movie stuns you and you go, oh, that was good for whether you were a kid or an adult. Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. I kept comparing it to Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, even if I knew nothing about Sonic the Hedgehog, because of what Jim Carrey's performance and what he did, Wreck-It Ralph is a good example. I had a great. At one part of the movie, I compared it to Wreck-It Ralph, knowing that Wreck-It Ralph was jocking off of what Mario and Donkey Kong and them did originally. That's not fair. I was like, why am I? Because they did it better, and I was like, that kicked my butt. Visually, it was stunning, but then that could only keep my attention as a child. The adults, I feel like if you're anything like me, for me, let me get the soundboard up. There we go again. We're going to have to go after dark because thanks to donations, we have hit our goal, by the way. We're going to be going after dark. You asked for it. You like it. I love it. It's coming. But for me, I always base a movie on how rewatchable it was, and I went in and I read some of those reviews. I saw that the Rotten Tomatoes score said that it was at 53% when I went in and watched it. I was like, come on, it can't be like that. I'm like, I was gonna join us real fans. I was gonna go Geeks and Gamers on it. We're the real fans. Like, no, the fuddy duddy critics don't know what they're talking about. And I was like, it didn't capture. It didn't. I enjoyed it. But I'm not. It wasn't enough. I'm not spoilers. If you alert, if you don't want to know anything about the movie, I'm gonna put this spoiler sign up for a second and give a little bit of a spoiler. I'm gonna keep that up right there while I talk about this. So you've been warned. Here we go. The part at the beginning of the movie when they talked about the dilemma, how Mario doesn't feel like he's important enough or super enough and all that. They make that commercial. We're the Super Mario Brothers, and they're getting made fun of by their old boss. You should never quit your steady job and to join
to do plumbing.
To do plumbing, yeah. The dilemma, like you said, it was so thin. They didn't elaborate on their dilemmas and their trials and tribulations, what they were going through at home. They talked about it. You know the story was pointing to that. That was the overall goal of the story. But when movies like when Disney and Pixar, when they really emotionally hit you with these dilemmas, and they go through these stages of solving the problem and growing and learning and rising above through all this adversity and all that, and becoming better on the other side. You go through the fire and you're better on the other side. But their problems that they dealt with in that movie, they didn't need to get zapped into a damn portal and fight Koopa to get through all that got there. The dad didn't really believe in him all that much, and I know it hurt his feelings, but his dad wasn't like a verbally abusive or angry dad or nothing like that. That was still a loving family. That guy that didn't, their boss that they didn't believe in him, I mean, he came in with a few zingers and he was in and out, and we've seen this before. Like, when they came into the real world and they saved the Earth from our world or the real world from Cooper and stuff, and now all of Brooklyn loves them again. It just I didn't like the way it was executed. It felt cheap to me. It was too predictable. And it wasn't anything that I haven't seen before. And I'm not saying that Pixar hasn't retold all the same emotional stuff before either. But when they do it, they can draw an emotion out of you. Like the beginning of Up, when the wife dies, and the beginning, they got you emotionally. So as an adult, you were already invested. Like, holy shit, this is about death. Like, I thought this was just gonna be a stupid movie about balloons. But they killed her, and they as the kids are already watching because they're watching the visuals, but the adults are invested because that was gut wrenching.
He grew up,
and you watch an emotional thing. This felt to me, for me, like it was only targeted to the kids. Mm-hmm. Like that's how it felt.
Peter says, "Is it better to you than the first Mario movie?"
10 times better than the first Mario movie.
It had to be better.
It had to be. That's They even made fun of it. I'll stop. No more spoilers now. They even made fun of the original Mario by not really, but by that callback to the Mario Brothers TV show and stuff like that. They were doing like a little callback to the old Mario. It was 10 times better, but here was the problem that I really had with it. The story, for me, wasn't anything different than what we saw in any other video games.
Daniel's still throwing money at you.
In the video games, Koopa comes out almost like pardon my French, Koopa's coming off like a date rapist who's always grabbing a princess and forcing her to marry. In this version, spoiler alert, guys, but in this movie, Koopa was like a romantic who wanted to convince the princess to fall for him, and then when she said no, then he turned into a toxic asshole. He turned into the real Koopa. But this was something that we have already seen millions of times before in the cutscenes of all these Mario video games. So I was expecting something new or a more fleshed out story. Why is Koopa the way he is? We didn't get any of that.
No,
the ship slowly comes in, just like it always does in the video games. The sexual aggressive big guy grabs the girl and was like, "You gonna take it?" and then Mario comes in and saves the day. I mean, it was the same story. We've seen it a billion times.
The only difference is that like Luigi gets captured, not Peach, in the beginning.
That's true. You're right about that. That was the biggest difference. It felt like they were trying to force Luigi like hitting that castle video game, Luigi's Mansion into it. Like they didn't want it to. This was a Super Mario Brothers movie, so they wanted to have both to be a part of it. But it was mostly focused on Mario.
Yeah. The
whole thing about the one joke that I said that I did like. That had me laughing that I did not see in the trailer was the whole throwback to Jumpman. Was that a relative in the restaurant where he was playing the Jumpman video game? Was that another relative, or was that just a guy who just happened to look like Mario, original version of Mario?
I think.
Was he a relative? Was he an uncle?
Well, Jumpman was the original name of
Mario. That is Mario's original name. Yeah, but I mean, and Jumpman was in the movie.
Yeah.
But was that a relative, or was that just a guy?
I think so, but I know that Charles Martinet, who is the original voice of Mario, he did voice Mario's dad. I'm not sure if that was him. Yeah. But that I need to look into that. The
Jumpman joke was the thing that made me laugh. Everything else I saw in the trailer, I was looking for. Go ahead.
I think Bowser made me laugh a lot.
He brought it, but like the thing that I was looking for, like in the trailer that creature that was like only death will be your escape or stuff like that. I thought that character was gonna really get dark and really bring it. But we already saw the joke in the trailer, and I was like, I went in thinking that this was gonna be a laugh riot. But I'm agreeing with if I was a Rotten Critics Tomatoes guy, which I'm not. I don't know why, because I'm awesome. I would probably have given it a rotten as well. You would have given it a fresh. You would have given it a high score.
I would give it a fresh, but I'm a little apprehensive about that just because, like, I know there are flaws in it.
Yeah.
And the storytelling could have been way better. And
I don't think the visual noise was enough to keep my attention. It's enough to keep a kid's attention, but it wasn't enough to keep mine. But what would you?
Yeah, like I feel like I enjoyed it a lot more, probably more than you did.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the characters could have been fleshed out a bit more. Like Bowser's story could have been fleshed out more. They barely did it with Peach, and they're like, "Oh, I just kind of was just sent into this world. How did I get here? I don't know."
Yeah, I was expecting to learn a lot more about Bowser.
Yeah. And they don't even show like how they got there.
He was just already conquering worlds.
Yeah, like I just appeared in this this pipe into the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know how I got here.
Yeah, why was this? That to me was a throwback to the original Mario movie from the '90s. Like these portals are just there.
Yeah, how do you get here?
None of those guys that were working on those pipes. If nobody's ever gone through that portal before, the government doesn't know about this. What the?
Yeah.
So that's the part. There was no magic. Now, if there was a magical explanation from the Super Mario, the worlds, the other sides that was, because in the movie I think that's how it happened. I think something happened on the other side that opened the portal and brought Mario's in. But
no, I don't think that. No.
Is it something that they did that got them in there?
Peter
I think we're looking too much into this because Peter makes a good.
Were you expecting Illumination to do Pixar stuff?
No. If I was to say that Illumination has ever done Pixar stuff, they if you want to call Pixar stuff like what the examples about like emotionally drawing you in and stuff, they've done it before with Despicable Me and in the Shrek movie. They've done it before.
Illumination is not DreamWorks.
I understand. Illumination
it's done Despicable Me and Secret Life of Pets and
they. I'm mixing up Minions and stuff like that. Yeah. You're right. But even the Secret Life of Pets, I didn't expect to have that much fun. I had more fun with that than I did with Mario because I was more invested in the characters. Maybe it's because I already knew. They didn't tell me anything more about Mario than I already knew. Really.
That's the thing.
It was just all Easter eggs.
And that's the thing with these video games is that there isn't much story in these video games. You're just Mario and you're playing. And it
played like that. This movie played like I put a quarter in and the movie started. That's how it played.
But like in these video games, you're not really given the backstory, and that's what the movie's supposed to do. You're supposed to give in the backstory of a lot of these characters that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these characters except what the movie told me.
Yeah.
And from what the movie told me, I kind of learned. I didn't really learn that much about them, but.
It was already stuff we already knew from the video game.
Yeah. Except for, like, I didn't know that Mario was a human and grew up in Brooklyn. And
I knew that from the TV show.
The old
TV. They fleshed out the Mario backstory. If you grew up in the '90s and stuff, you ever watched the Super Mario Brothers TV show? That was the joke. That commercial that they did at the beginning of the movie. That song was that theme song for that old Super Mario Brothers cartoon. They're two brothers from Brooklyn. Stereotypical, the Japanese is a stereotype of what Italians in Brooklyn would be like, I guess. Plumbers, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. If you have kids and family and kids will enjoy it. I'm wondering if my kids have already seen it. I'm kind of hoping they've already seen it before they come to over here. Because I know I'm gonna have to take them, and I'm not gonna want to sit through that again. That's just me.
I would like to watch.
You would watch it again?
Yes, I would. Yeah,
I would watch it again at home.
I think I like the performances of the characters so much that I would like to watch it again. Yeah.
Maybe on the second watch I'll watch it. I mean, I'll enjoy it more. But I'm only gonna watch it again at home. I'm not gonna unless the kids want me to take them to see it. I'll go to the theaters and watch it. But if I don't have to, I'll wait until it comes out on.
But although I do understand your point, like I understand why you wouldn't want to watch it again because you weren't really emotionally invested.
It didn't grab me emotionally.
And I guess I like that. I like the portrayal of the characters so well, even though the story is kind of iffy. But also, I don't really like the placement of the '80s music that was in there either, which is kind of weird. Like, why are you putting?
Probably because Mario was made in the '80s. And
How do they square that with Yoshi's
I
Island?
saw that pop up. I honestly believe if Yoshi was in this movie, I would have had a better time.
I think so too.
Yoshi is almost like Baby Groot, or Baby Yoda, or Groot, or something like that.
Yeah, like Yoshi could have helped take out Bowser.
Yeah,
Like,
Yoshi involved in it probably would have made it a much more fun.
Yeah.
But they're probably saving that for like part 2 or something like that.
which is weird because they had a herd of Yoshis in the movie, and then
I probably dozed off. I didn't even see that.
it's in there. It's just like it's like a blanket and you miss it kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. This movie was mostly just a bunch of Easter eggs, which was fine. But I don't feel like that was if you were an adult who even never played. And there are a few of them out there who even never played or was into Mario. Because remember back in the day, it was you were either a Sonic guy or a Mario guy. I mean, I was both.
Yeah.
I like both of them. But the Sonic movie got Jim Carrey. I mean, he as Dr. Robotnik, he pulled you in. It was because he was doing his Jim Carrey thing. Jack Black did his thing, and he was every time he was on screen, I was entertained.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. But with Sonic was funny as well. The dynamic between him and the humans and stuff was maybe they should have made. I thought it was a brilliant idea to make it all animation because we saw what the live action did, and I think they were trying to get away from that. But,
with like Detective Pikachu.
But maybe it should have been part human, part like CGI / real humans. Maybe, but it probably would have got compared to the original one.
I don't know how they could have done that without being compared so much to the original.
Exactly. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. But what's your for me? For me, guys, I'm at a 2.
For me,
My for me rating for this movie is a 2, a solid 2. And I love Mario, but I did not enjoy this movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe I did enjoy the original Mario more than because I was a kid.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually have not seen that original one
Because
I don't know if I should.
And that was I was excited. I was playing Mario at the time as a kid, so that's probably why I had a better time in the theaters. This was a better story and better done. It was far more superior. But as a kid, I probably had more fun. If my kids watch this movie and then watch the old Mario movie, they're gonna like the new one version better.
Well, yeah,
because that was what they got introduced to first.
Yeah,
maybe I should force them to watch the old one first and then take them to see the Mario movie. I don't know, but for me, it's a 2 out of 5. What about you? What's your rating for it?
Well, for me, play that. Yeah.
For me,
I'm gonna give it 3.5.
3.5. So we're at a 3.
1.5 difference.
Yeah. So we're pretty much meet in the middle, like a 3. Average it out.
Well, I
up.
like it more than I don't like it. I know that like if we're doing like
and I was just okay with it. That's why I said I'll meet you in the middle and just say between a 2. I know 2.5 to.
It's a 3.
Yeah, I'll meet you in the middle. I'll say we'll average it out and we'll give it a 3. So we give it 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
For us.
Yes.
For us.
I feel like for me.
3.
That's what. Let us know where you guys. If you guys have already seen the Mario movie, what do you rate it out of 5? Or out of 10? Out of 5. That's what's your for me rating for the Mario movie?
Yeah. I still recommend it, and anyone.
I recommend it if you have kids.
And I don't have any kids, and I know.
Well, you're a Toys R Us kid. You're a Toys R Us
well,
kid.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But I still really enjoyed it. But I know that there are flaws in it that people don't like. So.
And how?
Guys, that's the end of this episode of The Rundown. Remember to like this video, become a subscriber, and share. This really does help us out. And click here or here. Thanks for watching.